As Kuruluş Osman continues to unfold in episode 182, the series finds itself at a pivotal moment in the battle between Osman Bey and his greatest enemy, which has become a central focus of the storyline. This episode is expected to highlight a critical confrontation, but how will the writers craft this conflict to stay true to the show's complex dynamics? Let's explore the potential directions this story might take. The conflict with Casas. The battle between Osman Bey and Casas, who has emerged as one of the greatest threats to Osman's leadership, is likely to take center stage. Casas' role as a former ally and now a formidable enemy creates a unique tension in the storyline. His personal vendetta against Osman and his ambition to control the leadership of the Turkish tribes is driven not just by power, but by betrayal, which makes this fight all the more personal for both men. But can we expect Casas to truly challenge Osman's authority, or will he be a mere stepping stone in Osman's path to greater conquest? Given the current narrative trajectory, it seems more probable that Casas will indeed be a significant hurdle, but ultimately, his defeat will symbolize the consolidation of Osman's power within the Turkish world. Could this rivalry mark the end of Casas' storyline, or will it evolve into a more prolonged struggle? There's the possibility that Casas may not only be defeated but also play a significant role in future conflicts, further cementing the complexity of his character. Osman's leadership at a crossroads. In previous episodes, Osman Bey's leadership has been tested in various ways. His ability to navigate betrayal, loyalty, and the evolving relationships with other tribes has been a central theme. The writers have skillfully depicted Osman as both a visionary leader and a deeply conflicted man who sometimes questions his own choices. In episode 182, we may see Osman facing one of his biggest challenges yet, internal conflict. How will he manage the pressure of maintaining unity within his tribe while confronting external threats like Casas? Will this episode reveal a new side to Osman's leadership? It's important to consider how Osman's personal struggles, his growing responsibilities, the weight of his family legacy, and his relationships with his allies play into his decisions. This episode may reveal whether Osman's charisma and leadership skills are enough to navigate the escalating tensions surrounding his reign. Discussion question: do you think Osman's personal growth will be the key to overcoming Casas, or will the episode focus more on external alliances and strategies? Tensions with the Byzantine Empire. Meanwhile, the Byzantine Empire continues to be a major force working against Osman Bey's ambitions. The tension between the Empire and the Turks is likely to escalate in this episode, especially as the Empire sees Osman as a direct threat to its power. The ongoing pressure from the Byzantine forces may serve as a backdrop for the confrontation with Casas. Could we see the Byzantine Empire playing a more direct role in this conflict? How will their involvement influence the decisions of the main characters in this episode? We might also see the arrival of new Byzantine figures who either ally with or oppose Casas, creating further complications in Osman's struggle for dominance. Will we see new alliances form between the Byzantines and Turkish factions? It would not be surprising if the episode delves into the delicate balance of power in the region, with shifting allegiances shaping the narrative. As we delve deeper into the potential developments for Kuruluş Osman episode 182, we must explore the intricate web of alliances and betrayals that are bound to shape the story. This episode will likely place more emphasis on the relationships between the various factions and how Osman Bey's choices will impact his future. The Balkan tribes and their leadership have always been a crucial element in Osman Bey's struggle for supremacy. With internal divisions within the tribes, alliances have been fragile at best. Episode 182 might see Osman trying to secure support from these tribes while facing dissent within his own ranks. Will the show focus on the struggle to unite the fragmented tribes against common enemies, or will it showcase Osman's ability to deal with the betrayal within his own ranks? The possibility of new tribal alliances being tested seems likely, as the dynamics between the Turkic leaders and Osman's enemies continue to shift. However, can Osman truly trust these new allies, or are they simply out for their own gain? In past episodes, the precarious nature of alliances has been emphasized, and episode 182 could be a turning point in exploring whether these allegiances are built on trust or convenience. Selkin Hatton's influence on Osman's leadership. One of the most intriguing elements of Kuruluş Osman is the role of Selkin Hatun, Osman Bey's mother. Her wisdom and counsel have shaped Osman's decision-making in significant ways, and it's not unreasonable to think that episode 182 will further highlight her influence over her son. In a moment where Osman is being cornered from both inside and outside his tribe, Selkin's guidance could be the key to solving the internal power struggle. Could Selkin Hatun, with her vast knowledge of politics and loyalty, help Osman navigate through the betrayal and the uncertainty of his alliances? The episode may also delve into whether Selkin's influence continues to be an asset or if it might lead to further complications. As Osman faces greater threats, her role might be reconsidered. Will her advice remain relevant in a time when betrayal is so rampant? Discussion question: in what ways do you think Selkin's influence will manifest in episode 182? Will she provide the crucial guidance Osman needs, or might her role shift in an unexpected direction? The growing conflict with Bala Hatun. Another critical character to watch in episode 182 is Bala Hatun, Osman Bey's wife. Over the course of the show, Bala has proven to be a capable and strong leader in her own right. However, as tensions within Osman's camp continue to grow, will we see Bala's role become even more pivotal? Could Bala's loyalty be tested in the face of Qasa's threat? Her position as both a trusted confidant and a woman who holds significant power within the tribe makes her a central figure in the ongoing struggle for dominance. As Osman faces multiple challenges, there may be moments where Bala's counsel is crucial in helping him decide whether to choose personal emotions or the greater good for the tribe. In episode 182, we might see her struggle with the balance between supporting Osman's decisions and questioning whether his leadership is truly the best path forward. Does Bala's growing influence indicate a shift in the power dynamics between Osman and his allies? The rise of Mongol threats. Another important element to consider is the looming Mongol threat. While Qasa's represents a significant internal enemy, the Mongols remain one of Osman's greatest external threats. It's possible that episode 182 will see the Mongol forces intensifying their efforts against Osman's growing power. Could the Mongols become a more direct threat to Osman in this episode? The increasing instability in the region may lead to clashes between the Mongol forces and Osman's tribe, forcing him to deal with multiple enemies on both sides. How will Osman navigate these threats and still maintain control over his lands and people? As Kuruluş Osman episode 182 progresses, we can expect more intense moments surrounding Osman Bey's leadership and the complex relationships within his inner circle. In particular, the themes of family loyalty and the burden of leadership are likely to play a significant role in the upcoming episode. Let's explore how these themes could manifest and drive the narrative forward. Osman Bey's struggle with personal sacrifice. Throughout the series, one of the most recurring motifs has been the sacrifice that comes with leadership. Osman Bey is constantly forced to make difficult choices that affect not only his people but also his family and his personal relationships. In episode 182, we may see Osman grappling with the emotional and moral costs of his decisions. How far will Osman go in order to secure the future of his people? Will he continue to make sacrifices, even if it means distancing himself from those he loves? This episode could bring about a pivotal moment where Osman has to make a decision that could hurt his family, especially as internal strife intensifies and the need for unity becomes more urgent. His growing understanding of what it means to be a leader, particularly the price he must pay for power, will likely be a focus. Could Osman's leadership become more authoritarian as he faces more challenges? It's a question that reflects his ongoing internal battle between personal desire and the greater good. Bala Hatun's role in Osman's decision-making. As previously mentioned, Bala Hatun's influence will likely be a central theme in the upcoming episode. Her loyalty to Osman and her political acumen could serve as a counterbalance to the pressures Osman faces from all sides. How will Bala support Osman as he faces threats from both external enemies and internal betrayal? In episode 182, we might see more of a power struggle within Osman's inner circle, particularly in regard to their roles in decision-making. Will Bala's voice become even more significant, or will it be overshadowed by the rise of other powerful figures like Selkin Hatun? Can Bala's faith in Osman remain unshaken, Or will she have doubts about his leadership in the face of escalating tensions? It's possible that Bala Hatton's loyalty will be tested in a way we haven't seen before. The conflict between her personal feelings for Osman and her loyalty to his cause could come to a head, forcing her to confront her own values in the face of duty and love. The legacy of Ertugrul Bey. Will it define Osman's leadership? The presence of Ertugrul Bey's legacy continues to loom over Osman. Ertugrul's teachings, his wisdom, and his dedication to his people have been key drivers for Osman's own journey. Episode 182 may further explore how Osman, as the son of Ertugrul, is weighed down by the expectations of living up to his father's ideals and leadership. How does Ertugrul Bey's influence continue to shape Osman's decisions? Does Osman's desire to honor his father's legacy add to the burden he carries? It would be interesting to see whether Osman's internal struggle with living up to Ertugrul's legacy causes him to question his own identity and the path he must take as the leader of the Ke tribe. In addition, the clash between past and present could be a significant thematic element in episode 182. The expectations placed on Osman as the heir to Ertugrul's legacy may clash with his own ideas and leadership style. Can Osman carve his own path,